You ever build a killbot army so stupid it needs space Wi-Fi just to blink? Yeah, the Trade Federation did that. Nearly took over a planet with it. I'm Izzy. Goblin. Engineer. Breaker of things. Fixer of worse things. And this week, I'm joining Nova and Gage as we talk Star Wars. Clone Wars Edition. Gage handles the ethics and the deep thoughts. Nova? She does the lore dives. And me? I cover the mystical, the mechanical, and the downright busted sides of Star Wars tech. No, not hiring Jar Jar. Worse. We're starting with those clankers everybody loves to beat on. Roger, Roger. That's right. The B1 Battle Droids. Like, subscribe, and slam that notification bell so hard it knocks out a control ship. We're digging deep into the B1 Droids version 1, the remote-controlled ones. From the invasion of Naboo to their cosmic faceplant. So, picture this. You're a greedy interstellar trade cartel with a surplus of anger and droid parts. You want to invade a peaceful planet. You could train soldiers. Or you could weld up an army of skinny metal morons and beam orders from orbit. That's the move. No onboard processors, no tactical sense, just thousands of boneheads with blasters all playing, Simon says from space. In the Phantom Menace, the Trade Federation deployed B1 droids that were totally dependent on a command signal. Where's the signal coming from? A Lucrehulk-class droid control ship, a 3-kilometer wide cargo hauler modified into the galaxy's biggest metal router. That one ship handled it all. Movement, speech, targeting. It controlled over 139,000 battle droids on the surface of Naboo, plus their tanks, transports, and starfighters. And if you cut the signal, they froze. Mid-step, mid-shot, mid-sentence. And that's exactly what happened. When teenage pilot Anakin freaking Skywalker fires into the main reactor, boom, whole ship goes, whole army shuts off, drops dead. Like a galactic game of freeze tag. Now let's talk hardware. B1s were designed to look like their Geonosian engineers, tall, thin, bony, exposed joints, bone white metal. They looked like skeletons, and that was on purpose. The Nemoidians wanted their enemies to see death marching toward MA. Each droid had a built-in receiver, an internal comlink, and a vocabulator, basically a radio, a walkie-talkie, and a voice box. Their go-to weapon was the E5 blaster rifle made by Bactoid Armor Workshop. It was a bulky, reverse-engineered Blastech knockoff that ran hot as hell. Perfect for droids. Terrible for anything with nerves. But here's where it gets stupid. The signal was almost impossible to jam game rules. Call it a difficulty 40 mechanics check. But if you destroy the source, game over. Every droid. Everywhere. In Legends, it gets even wilder. Each droid's head was basically an antenna, tuned to a specific frequency from the central control computer. The Lucrehulk would beam down logic trees. Go here, shoot that, don't fall over. Some droids had relay packs, Wi-Fi extenders with guns and legs, but they were still tethered. Hit that relay with an ion blast. Boom. Instant metal statue. And the best part, the Trade Federation knew. They knew it was fragile, but they didn't care, 'cause the plan wasn't about tactics, it was intimidation. Flood the battlefield with metal and noise, and hope nobody thinks to shoot up. And let me tell you, as an engineer, that's criminal. You never offload all your logic. You never build an army that blue screens from lag. They designed these things to win by numbers, not brains. Fine. But you don't make 'em this dumb. These were the most disposable soldiers in the galaxy, and that's exactly what made a disaster. The E5 rifle was originally a Blastech design, but Bactoid cut corners. Why worry about overheating when your troops don't scream? But then they built the entire army to collapse if one ship goes down. That's like building a house of cards in a wind tunnel with caffeine goblins for roofers. If Rustington built these, we'd slap a backup battery in the skull and a run like hell subroutine in the knees. But no, Galaxy-class invasion on a dial-up connection. Don't get me started on that neck joint. One good breeze, and it's looking sideways for a week. Want to see what happened when they did fix the signal issue? Next episode, we're talking the locally controlled B1s. Spoiler, they got sass, but they're still terrible. Smash that subscribe button. Comment your favorite droid disaster, or tell me how you'd fix the B1 design. Just maybe don't build an army. We got enough problems. This is Izzy, broadcasting from a goblin shop where every circuit's been fried twice and every backup plan starts with a crowbar. The Trade Federation tried to conquer the galaxy with remote-controlled tin cans. Instead, they gave us the greatest engineering lesson of all time. Redundancy matters. Single points of failure kill. And if you're building killer robot, maybe don't put the off switch in the biggest, slowest, sparkliest ship in orbit. Rotgut out.